Welcome. Today we are going to learn about using articles to engage with your community. This topic was submitted by Brittany. I think she's in here as well. And then we also have another question that we'll go over later, which is what is the sign up flow of your members as they come into your membership space, and what can they see when they're logged in, and what can they see when they're not logged in. So we'll actually go over that question at the end. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about content, the importance of content, how to create an article, how to design an article page, where to get photos, illustrations, all that kind of stuff, little tips and tricks to make your article pages really stand out, how to design a custom article index page, editing your profile so the information that you want shows up in the article if you are the author, whoever the author is, and then how to drive traffic to those articles, how to get the word out about it, and how to restrict access to specific groups for different types of articles, and then finally promoting your space and getting more readership for the content that you're posting. So at Member.buzz, an article is how we describe our piece of content functionality that you can basically publish anything. It could be a blog, it could be a guide, it could be a book series, it could be your thoughts and feelings. There's literally anything that you could be putting on your Member.buzz page. You just want to make sure that the content is of value to your audience. So content is really important for all different types of organizations. It can create trust with your audience or with your community. It can help with SEO. That's really important. Member.buzz is already optimized to help with SEO, but content is key in that, using keywords. We can go over that later as well. It helps you attract more leads, and it can be shared through your community to accomplish a certain goal. Maybe you want people to be a little bit more interested in something, or you want people to sign up for an event. You can write a little article about that, or donate to your cause. There's so many different things that you can do. So I'm just going to bring you through a couple different spaces today. We're going to start with our blog, Fuzzy Logic. So we have our blog not actually on the Member.buzz homepage, but we have it called Fuzzy Logic because we write about lots of different types of things. And you can see that this is the homepage of Fuzzy Logic, but it's actually also a custom articles index page. This is where we decided we wanted to kind of highlight our articles in a different way, using some graphics and some words on top. So you can kind of scroll from here. We added some other authors and a link to meet the team elsewhere. So you can see we added this little view all button. You can also see up here, there's an article tab in the menu. And this actually goes to the articles index page. So every Member.buzz space gets a standard articles index page, event index page, where all of your pieces of content are shown by month. If this is good enough for you, this is how you can link it, or you can have a more custom approach using the page builder, which I'll talk about later. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to choose one of these articles. We wrote an article about the importance of content. We're just going to open that one up, and I'm going to show you a bit about it. So just like every page on Member.buzz, you can completely customize it. And sometimes that can be scary at first, like, what do I want this to look like? And so there's lots of different templates that we can kind of talk through today, but this one has basically two columns to it. It has a related articles section and it has a content section. And we can talk about that. There's different ways to break it up. You could do related articles at the end. You could do call outs in the middle, whatever you guys want. Calls to action, related events. There's so much that you can link to your articles and kind of getting those contact points. So your content actually results in action. I think that's really important, is having those calls to action on your content, no matter what it is, getting people to try to do what you're interested in getting them to do. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to first show you the process for creating an article and customizing it. And then we'll go into the article index page, and then we'll go into the nitty gritty of the details and the settings and everything else that you kind of need to really have your article shine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the Penguin Club. So this is the same demo site that we used last week. I'm already logged in here, so I'm just going to click on my name and I'm going to go to my dashboard. And while that's loading, basically what we're going to do is we're going to just redo an article that I just showed you on this one. I'm going to show you how to do it again, and then we're going to also do it in a different design. So if there's anything in terms of article design that you want to see, feel free to drop it in the chat right now, and I can make sure to integrate that into the demo. So it defaults to setup. I'm going to go up here to the content tab. I'm going to do the little caret down, and I'm going to go over to articles. There we go. And I'm just going to pull the content of that article I mentioned over here. So let me just grab that. It is right here. Just going to pull it over to my other screen. Great. I don't want this. There we are. Let's pull this right here. Okay. So here we are. We're going to just create an article. All pieces of content have that green little add button, and that's how you get it done. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to give the article a title. We have this article called, "What's the point of your online content?" What is the point of your online content? It's to engage with your community, get your thoughts out there, have a voice. The description section. So this actually shows up in the article index page, which I will show you. I guess we lost it. I showed it to you previously. Let's just go back there. There we go. Articles. So this is the default article index page. And so this is the importance of this part. But so right here is the description. So I'm just going to choose the first paragraph of this article and put it in there. That's usually my go-to, unless the first paragraph isn't that descriptive, then I'll just write up a summary of the article. We're going to have it published today. I'm the author. As you can see, I can drop down and I can choose any people, any member that has the proper permission to be an author. So maybe you don't have all of your members with the permission to actually post this, but you want to give them credit for a piece that maybe they wrote and submitted to you. That's an option that you have. I'm going to turn off comments. I don't want people commenting on it, but we can have discussion in other topics like forums or on events or other areas. I'm also going to turn off the default title because I'm going to do a custom design. And then I'm going to keep the author display on because we're going to talk about that in a bit. I don't know if I need to get any notifications for this because I did turn the comments off, but just to be safe, I'll put my email in here. If I can spell my name. Awesome. And I'm going to tag it. So tags are, we're just kind of launching tags now, but they're going to become more and more important as you kind of grow with the space, because soon we'll be able to sort things by tags, search things by tags. So coming up with a strategy for your tags, I think, is really important. This is about marketing, so I'm going to make it a marketing tag. This is about content creation. And I think that it's important to community, so I'm also going to do it with a community tag. And then here we are to the space builder. Like I said last time, I just like to add a couple slices. You can delete slices, and we'll go in and we'll actually customize these later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the title, and I'm just going to put it right here. And I'm going to just create this so we can see what it looks like with all of the details, but nothing actually done yet, just so you can get a little bit of a preview of how customizable this really is. So what's the point of your online content? We can just go over here and we can view it. And you can see it's going to basically be a blank page. It's a great place to start. You can see my name's up here. There was an option to hide that or keep it shown. My LinkedIn's actually attached. I'm going to show you how to attach other social profiles as well. And this is the words that I put in, and then there's just the insert content. So we're going to turn this into this. Let's see how we can do it. All right, so I'm going to go back to the articles tab, and I'm going to go back into the edit. And then I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about the way that we formatted it. So in order to get the sidebar on the right, we actually insert a slice to the right. And here it's going to be related articles. And you know what? I'm going to add a related event to it as well, or upcoming events. And this is something that right now you're going to have to update as events update, which is great because you should constantly be updating your content. But in the future, we'll have a little widget that you can have it update automatically. So I'm going to make it, I think that's good in size. I'm going to come over here with the text, maybe make that like a 20, bold. Maybe make this font blue. We love blue at the Penguin Club. What's the point of online content? Blue, bold, and we'll make this 35. Oh, large. Not exactly sure which blue I want. Maybe I should make it more of an aquamarine for today. Does that sound good? There we go, and we'll just keep this one black, and we'll also make this 20 and gold. So now I'm going to pull in some of the content. I'm not going to do it exactly like this other one, just for the benefit of time, but I'm going to copy some of it over here. You can see there's going to be some titles, so I'll make those 20. It's a good idea to have evenness on the page, making sure that call outs and other design elements to your content look good next to each other, I think is very important. So just keep an eye on font size, and this is also across other articles as well. Say, hey, I don't exactly remember what that font size of that call out was, but I'm going to go check just to make sure that your content is consistent. So we have some content in here. Maybe, down here, there will be a call to action with a button. So we'll say, what do we want them to do? We want them to watch our YouTube video on how to create articles. So what we'll do is we'll just insert a button. And I like these new flat buttons that we have. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to click flat, and we're going to do blue, and I'm going to make it large. Watch video. And you just type right in there, super easy. And if you want to make it stand out, maybe do some other colors. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. We'll make that stand out. And something that's really important for your content to not just be, boring is having it actually have visual images. And so something that I wanted to talk about today is some of the free resources that are out there. This just scratches the surface, and I'll absolutely send these in the follow-up email to everyone. But there's a couple of places where you can get free stock photos. So rawpixel.com is one of them. And we could talk about like writing in here. We can see some of the images that might come up. There's free and premium domains, but some of this is really cute. That's great stuff to use in a blog, just to kind of give people's eyes a break as they're scrolling through your content. And you want the images to be captivating as well. So there's also another resource called Unsplash. So we'll look at this, writing. And oftentimes it says the content's free, but if you could please give the photographer credit. So you can always add a little bit of photographer credit. Maybe send them an email and say, hey, I put this in my blog. Maybe they'll repost it for you. That's a great way to kind of gain traction with your content. Reshot is another one that I use often. And then I also wanted to show you guys blush. So if you're deciding that stock photos aren't the way that you want to go, and maybe you don't have enough photos, you want to go more on the illustration route. Blush is a great place to find illustrators, new illustrations. Something really cool that you can do is you can actually come in here, and with these illustration libraries, you can click on different scenes or different poses, and you can get actually a lot of different stuff, and you can choose different aspects about people, like their hair, if you want this person's hair to be in a bun, their expression, maybe you want them to be happy. Go back, we can add some colors, and you can really make it customized with your brand. You can even change the color to the exact brand color that would suit you. So I'm going to make this little, yeah, that's great. And I'm going to actually use these illustrations in our blog today. So I'm going to just download this small PNG. If you want the larger sizes, you're going to have to, I think, pay something or some subscription. But for now, we don't need it. And I'm just going to change the dialog bubble. I'm going to download that one as well. Maybe I'll go back and get a different shape. So this is cool. A hero. We'll see what that is. Fun. And we'll do this color and maybe some magenta. Perfect. So we're going to download this one as well. And then we're going to also download some without the banner just to see what that looks like. Maybe do some small foliage. Great. And we'll also do a purple square. Dancing. Great. All right, so now I've downloaded some images to use in my article. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here, and I like to have a little bit of words at the top before my first image. Sometimes people like to put the image ahead of the title. Sometimes people like to put the image right after the title. I personally think it's nice to have a title, a paragraph to kind of set the scene for everyone, and then an image to keep people going. So what we're going to do is we're just going to insert an image. Last time we talked about the layout versus insert buttons. If you insert a layout, that's actually going to be the background, but we're not going to have a background for the blog today, so we're just going to have insert image. And then I'm going to go over here to my downloads folder, and I'm going to open it. I'll just bring that over here so you can see. All of my images are here, so I'm just going to start dragging them over. I can actually drag them all over at once. It'd probably be easier. There we go. And then we'll just wait for those to upload. And then what's great about the uploader is you can actually put lots of different types of files in here, and you can actually find that in the Files tab. So what we'll do is we will go and we're going to choose one of these images. I think this one was fun. And there it is. And then just to be safe, I'm just going to align this. So I just highlight the image and I just press center align, make it look a little bit better. And then I'm going to add those related articles. So we can just make them up. Content is king and key word for the win. And then I'm gonna highlight the why it's related. So marketing and SEO. SEO is a good one. Maybe I should also add that as a tag. All right. So I'm just going to go down here. Something to make these stand out is I'm going to change the font highlight color. So I'm going to highlight this one with a purple, and then I'm going to highlight this one with a orange. I think beautiful. And then I'm actually going to link these to other things. So what you would do is you would insert and then do insert link. And then right here is where you would put the URL of the other articles. These are fake articles, so I'm not going to put the URL right now. But that's what I would do. And then the default text is a grayish color. So I'm just going to make it black because I want it to be really stand out. And then related events, well, we did have the Penguin Club happy hour. So going to say virtual happy hour. And then same thing, linking events just like that. And I'll give that one the tag of community. And I think community feels like a yellow to me. But I want it to be a bit brighter. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose a custom color. And I'm going to make it a little bit more orangey. Yeah. And yeah, that looks good. Like I said before, you can always put in your custom colors if you have a brand guide or anything like that. So we're just going to press OK. It's going to be right there. All right. Next is I'm just going to fix the spacing, make these 20, bold. All right. And I'm going to delete this stuff because I actually don't need any more slices. I'll keep that one for padding at the bottom. And I'm going to press save. All right, what's the point of our online content? I already loaded it over here. You can see this is what it looked like before. I'll just press refresh. There it is. Great. Honestly, I would make these a bit bigger, and I think that they look better when they're underlined. So I'm going to go do that. Maybe make these headlines with bold. I could put them in buttons, but I think it's fine for now. I like this. And, you know, this highlights the fact that you don't need to write 1,000 words to post an article. Oftentimes, those longer articles, people don't even ever read it to the end. So if you have something to say and you just want to get it out there, write something up, 4 or 5 paragraphs, that's enough. Oftentimes, adding a couple pictures, giving a call to action, if you can say something short and sweet, that's how you should do it. So we're just going to go back to the articles dashboard. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to edit that sidebar a bit and just make it look a little bit nicer. I think 14 is a little small, so we're going to do 18, maybe 16. Is that 16 or 18? Yeah, 16. I think 16 is fine. All right. There's that. And then I'm going to add one more event. And this is also community, so I'm going to get that highlight color. And we'll just make them consistent. And you can save these highlight colors in your design folder if you decide that you like to use one a lot, and they'll actually show up here as your custom colors on the top. Or I can also show you that today. So I'm going to keep that, and then, you know, there is more content to add, and I want to add another picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert another picture. This is a cool one of them talking. And then I highlighted the image, and I actually go to the text, not the image tab, to center it. And something that's important for mobile versus web view is naming the size of the image. So it will standard fit to a screen naturally, but if you want something to remain a certain size, you can just do it up here and you can play around with it however you like. I'm just going to keep mine actually at 500 for now, just so it can match the other one. But just wanted to show you to do that, and then I'll just pull in some of this other content, and we'll just make that 20. Important to always remember. Let's do some bold headlines. Make that 20. This is a great place. We can also put the source of the image, and we can give credit to Blush. And then I'm just going to scroll down, and I'm going to press save. We're going to come over here. We're going to refresh. Awesome. Looking great. We got 2 images in here. We got a call to action. Lovely. Oh, this didn't save, but I'll just fix that. And so that's kind of like, you know, one way that you can do it. Something really cool that you can do with articles is you can actually copy that article. So say you come up with a template that you like, you can just copy it and replace the content every single time. But maybe you're still not sure about something and you really want to test it out, but you don't want to mess anything up from your first one. What you can do is you can actually copy it and try to make it different. So what we'll do is I decided I don't like this related articles tab. So I'm just going to delete it. And I still like my stuff coming from the right side, but I want to add something different. Let's think about something different that we can add. How about we do a call out in the middle of the article? That could be cool. Okay, so let's just do it right here. What we'll do is we'll actually do a different slice, so we can make it a different slice color, and I'm going to pull all this other content to the end. I think we're going to have to redo the images, but let's see how we can do this. Oh, no, images came over fine. See about the button. I'll have to move down the button. All right. I'm going to delete this so we got everything from benefit the user. So we have this as the top slice. We're going to do a slice right here in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do layout and do a slice banner. and have it come across. Maybe we can just do a color. I think that could actually work a little bit better than a banner in this certain situation. There we go. All right. So our summer happy hour. And I'll insert a button. And I'll have a button say register. And then I'm gonna make that button launch. Cool. Let me get a little bit of the dark gray would look nice. I think that looks great. And then I'll bold this and we'll make it 30. Center it all. Maybe make this white. All right. You know, you can get really creative with this. You could add an image, you could do lots of different stuff. And say maybe we go always 20 for the titles, or 25, whatever you guys choose. We'll just get this to be center again. All right, and then we're gonna add another button for the video. So I'm gonna just do that now. Do it super quick. I forgot I like my buttons flat, so I'm gonna come over here and make this flat too. We're actually working on some new buttons coming out soon. And then maybe down here is where we'll do the related articles. So we'll do related articles. And then maybe next to it, we'll do a related event. And yeah, we'll do gold 20, 20 gold, and then we'll do 16. And I'm not going to add the other details now because I just want to see what this looks like. So what we'll do is we'll just do save. I'll go over here. You can also just go from the from here. You can open it again, but since I already have this tab open, I'm just going to click here. Oh wait, actually I copied it and made a new one, so I'm going to have to open a new tab. This is still the old one. So this is what the old one looked like, and then this is what the new one looks like. So as you can see, it's the content's spread out a lot more. I personally think it looks a bit better when the content is more on one side. So I might add in some padding just to get that done. You can see here is the call out. You can really customize that however you want to. And then you can have the related stuff at the bottom. So the customization of your articles is really just depends on what you're trying to achieve with your organization, the specific types of calls to action that you might have, all that kind of stuff. And so, like I mentioned last week, we are happy to do free trainings with any of our organizers, and we can talk about what you are looking for and how you can use articles to really boost your organization. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk a little bit about designing an article index page. I'm just going to check in the chat. Deborah, you asked, can you add a print capability for the article? We don't have that yet, but it's definitely something that we can look into. Thanks for responding for that, William. So the articles page is where you can post these individual articles, and like what's special about it is it has like this author area, and there's some other details, like the URL is has article in it. There's always going to be a custom URL for each article that will never change. But if you want to create an article index page, you actually would do that in Pages. So we're going to go over here to content, and we're going to go down to Pages. And we're going to create a new page. And we're going to name this page Penguin Blog. No comments on this page, and default title is off. I'm not going to add myself here, but I am going to add some layout slices. And this is what I'm going to make it look like. I'm going to do a nice title and blog at the top. Maybe make that 30, 35. And I'm going to make it blue. Great, and it automatically just switched to white, which is really nice. When we go to one of those dark colors still. I deleted it, I messed up. All right, text, center, 35, bold, and beautiful. And I'm going to do a little bit of an about. So, welcome. Blog. I'm excited to share content with you. Please submit. Here's a good one. If you have any topic that would like us to write about, or you would like to submit any guest contributions, you can do so with our content form. And then we can add a little button. So insert button, submit, ideas. Go to the button, make it flat. Nope, flat. Make it, I'm feeling exciting. Maybe green, maybe orange. No, we're gonna do blue. Not very adventurous. And then I'll just make that in the middle. Great. And then down here, we can really get designing. So there's a couple, how should we do this? There's lots of different ways we can do it. We could do it like the fuzzy logic one with images that link, or we could make it more like the articles one with a little bit of detail. I think we'll do it with a little bit of detail. And we'll do a photo on one end and a title and detail on the other. So I'm just going to make this a bit bigger actually and put the photo here. So I'm going to come over here, insert image. I'll use some of the images that we grabbed earlier. So we can start off with this one. And just to make sure things are consistent, I'm going to make them all 300. We'll see what that looks like. A lot of this design is just trial and error, just trying things out, seeing if it looks good, deciding that it's something that you want to implement across your space. There's so much opportunity. You just kind of have to decide what works for you, what works for the content you're producing, what works for your members or your employees, your organizers, or whoever your space is for. I'm going to do that, and then we'll just do one more of these, and then we'll just go like that, and we're going to make it like that. Insert image. Cool. Okay, so then we're gonna link some blogs. So what's the point? Online content. And you don't have to just link blogs from your site. Maybe you want to produce highlight work from other people. Do that too. And then I'm just going to go back over here and I'm going to grab this first paragraph because that's what I used in the description before. And you can either have a like linked sentence or button here. So you can be like, go to blog. Like that. And then you can just copy that and then press insert link, grab this URL over here, decide if you want to make it a new page or not. I'm going to make it a new page. Nice. So that's what it would look like. Or we can have something like this. I'm going to copy that. What did we decide? Is this 20? It is, without fail. And then going to make the spacing consistent. We'll add a button here. So we're going to insert button. And I actually, since I haven't linked any buttons, I haven't showed you this, but you actually make a button the same as inserting a hyperlink. So you highlight the text and insert link and go over here. And I'm going to insert the other blog just so we can see it and make that a new page. Great. So that's how to make the button work. And then we're just going to go make that flat and blue. We can, what is smallest? Oh, I like that. Let's keep it small. And then I'll just pull the same words here just to show the design. And can say go to blog. So you can call your article section whatever you want it to be. It can be, you know, thought-based, a blog, you know, content, just like, you know, repository. Like you can really own that, and you can actually create different types of articles for different types of content. So you could have multiple content index pages, depending on how you want to set up your space. It's literally all customizable. And I'm here to help you think through all of those details in case you want to do something special. I'm happy to jump on a call with you and we can talk it over. So 3 different kind of calls to action. And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna add a little padding at the bottom. So I'm just gonna add one more slice. And something that I didn't add here is the tag. So you can easily have like, you know, marketing tagged here and do it like however you want to do it. Maybe we'll do it with font color this time. Maybe a bit smaller. Or maybe I don't tag it like that. Maybe I just want to have a symbol. Something that I think looks really nice is using this long symbol and making it bold and making it a little bit bigger, so like 30. And then maybe that's how you do it. Maybe that's how you show your color coding for this. So you can have a key somewhere, but if you want it to just be a subtle uh, showing that's how you can do that. What's another way that you could do it? You could do a star or something. So you can actually insert symbols in here. You can actually have different icons. And we can always add more icons to this. We're actually working on that right now, but let's see. That looks like a little too light. Beautiful. So there's so many different design details and elements that you can do to kind of highlight, you know, and segment your content. So let's just press create here. And this is a new page, so I'm just going to go view it right here. Awesome, beautiful. Looks really good. Lots of different details, different calls to action. You can decide how you want it. I personally would change some stuff up here. I would make this a little bit bigger. I'd add a little bit more here. What I would do is I would link a form here. We can talk about that next week, but there's a form functionality right here. You can kind of create a form, link all that kind of stuff. But we only have 12 minutes left, so I just really want to get to some of the permissions parts before our time is up. I will send out the links of all of these things that we created together, but what do I want to do? We want to do user permission. So when these blogs come out, it says Madison Yake, I'm with the chosen author, and my LinkedIn is actually linked here. So in your profile, you can go across all spaces that you have either membership or ownership of. You have the same profile. So no matter if I'm signing into Penguin Club, Fuzzy Logic, Member.buzz, all these different spaces. Maybe I'm also a member of some spaces and a donor of some spaces in the Member.buzz community. I go to my profile and it's always going to be the same across spaces. So what you can do is you can come in here and say you want everybody to have their LinkedIn, their Facebook, and their Instagram, and maybe their YouTube linked to their profile. So when they produce content, people can go learn more about them. So that's what you can do here. So you could just add, let me just grab my Facebook URL, facebook.com. I think that's how it works. And then, all right, well, this one says it's not correct, but I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to update it, submit, and we're going to see how it updates over here. All right. Right. Nice. There it is. There's my Facebook URL. If you don't want this to show, you can take it off your profile, or you can change the settings in the articles thing to not have this information out there. So that's really important. I think it's important to have a picture. I think it's important to kind of show people who you are, especially if you want them to learn more about the author. And then let's see. I wanted to save some time to talk about how people sign up for a space. So the other things that I was going to talk about today was how to drive traffic to your articles and how to restrict content to certain groups. Driving traffic to your articles, there are so many things that you can be doing. You can be posting these on social media, sending it out through newsletters. Free marketing, you can be posting on Reddit or other relevant sites to your target persona and sharing this information and sharing content. And once you get people onto your space, reading one article, you want them to get lost in the content. So you want to link content to each other. You want to highlight things that are going on. There's so much that you can do. like I said before, and I'll say again, I am here as a resource to help you. We have a design team, we have a marketing team. We want to help you be successful. So if there is any questions that you have about people reading your articles, how to do this, how to get more information, how to get it out there, how to captivate it, how to optimize your articles for, more readership, I'm here. Reach out to me via email, madison.yake@member.buzz. I'll be sending you all an email after this. And I can kind of help you mull it over for your specific space, organization, business, whatever that might be. Going to permissions and kind of what can your members see on the space when they're signed in versus they're not signed in, I think is really important to touch on. So with all of our specific pieces of content, in the actual content module, there's certain permissions. And so we're just going to dive into those and look at them right now, real quickly. So up here in the corner, there's a little settings bar. And you can make global settings for each content type here. So there's settings within the content type, like turning off the name, turning off the default title, all that kind of stuff. And then there's another above layer, which is these settings within each content type. So enabling custom tags, making notification recipients for all articles, always doing these things that you can do per thing. And then there's this roles tab. So you can decide who gets to see your content. Is it public? Can everybody see it no matter what, if they have the URL and they're not signed in? Is it private, that only like members or certain members are able to see it or manage it? Or is it restricted, where only members with specific membership permissions can see it? So this is a good use case if maybe you have, only your employees are seeing your articles and it's all for onboarding, and you don't want, this second group of members, or it doesn't even have to be members. Maybe you have a Member.buzz space and you have your clients have logins and there's client content, and then your employees have logins and there's employee content. You only want one of them to see it. You can do it with this restricted articles. Or you can do only members can ever see your articles. You have to be logged in to see it. If somebody comes to your space and they don't log in right away, they don't get it. And I think that this is like probably the most popular option. And let's see what this article roles is. So you can actually add people, like you can say like the membership type. So say you have a couple different types of memberships. We've talked about that before. You can have 3, under 25 free membership, under 25 paid membership, and over 25 sustainer membership or something. And those can all be here, and then you can actually decide different like permissions. We'll just press create, and then I'll just close that here in this settings. And then there's also set up and this is where you can actually turn modules on and off. So say you're not even using the articles module, you can turn it off, and it doesn't have to be something that people access or people utilize at all in the space. And so this is the full global access up here in the setup thing. So I think, especially in terms of permissions and memberships, a lot of it hinges on your space, your organization. What are the membership levels that you have? What access do you want those specific memberships to have? What access do you want individuals to have? It's all built in there with the platform. We can help you figure it out. You can figure it out on your own. It's pretty intuitive. But like I said, we're always here to help you think through these problems. Think about if there's paid content, free content, what that means. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. There was a lot of information in this monthly webinar. A lot of it was design focused. There's so much more to talk about when it comes to content and content strategy and why content is so important for you to start pushing out. This is truly a completely free feature for you to utilize. You know, the world is changing. People are indoors. People are spending more time reading blogs, discovering this content. So the time is now to really begin to produce that content, to engage with your community. And I'm here as a resource. Our design and marketing team is here as a resource to help you get started. So thank you so much for joining today. My name's Madison, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your Tuesday. Bye.